The 90s didn't just define fighting games, they tore them apart. Arcades became battlegrounds, friendships collapsed over cheap tactics, and somewhere in the chaos, a question started to form. What actually was the best fighting game of the decade? Not the loudest, not the most controversial, the best. Let's start somewhere unexpected. Number 10. ClayFighter, 1993. While most fighting games in the early 90s chased seriousness, ClayFighter arrived looking like it had been sculpted in a chaotic art lesson. And that is precisely its strength. The claymation style gives it a strange, tactile charm. Characters wobble, squash, and stretch in ways that feel deliberately absurd. Mechanically, it isn't deep. Inputs feel loose, and balance isn't its strong suit. But that misses the point. ClayFighter exists as a deliberate counterweight to the genre's growing obsession with grit and realism. It's silly, it's messy, and it's memorable because of it. In a decade desperate to prove how tough it was, ClayFighter had the confidence to be ridiculous. Number 9. Primal Rage, 1994. Now we trade Clay for something less forgiving. Primal Rage drops you into a post-apocalyptic wasteland where civilization has stepped aside and let monsters take over. Not metaphorically, literally. Giant apes, dinosaurs, creatures carved from volcanic rock, all of them fighting for dominance with enthusiasm that borders on excessive. The digitized sprites give these beasts a surprising sense of weight. Every hit feels heavy and deliberate. There is no elegance here, just force. Gameplay here is slower and more methodical than its contemporaries. You cannot rush in and expect success. You commit, or you pay. It's theatrical, ridiculous, and completely unforgettable. A game that knows exactly what it is, and leans into it without hesitation. Number 8. Samurai Shodown, 1993. Samurai Shodown doesn't chase chaos, it builds tension. Where other fighters reward speed and relentless pressure, this one demands patience. Every strike matters, every mistake carries consequences. Matches turn on a single well-timed hit. There is a discipline to it that feels almost severe. You are not button mashing your way to victory. You study your opponent and wait for the exact moment to strike. And when that moment comes, it's decisive. It is less about combos and more about control. Less noise, more intent. In a genre that celebrates excess, Samurai Shodown proves how effective restraint can be. Number 7. Killer Instinct, 1994. Killer Instinct crashes in with flashing lights, booming sound design, and a clear message. Subtlety is overrated. This is spectacle done properly. The combo system is the headline act. Long, elaborate chains that reward timing and precision, all wrapped in a presentation that makes every successful sequence feel like a performance. Yet, beneath the flair, there is real depth. You cannot mash your way to dominance. The game demands understanding. Breakers, timing windows, matchups. Strip away the presentation, and Killer Instinct remains a stronger technical fighter than most people admit. Number 6. X-Men, Children of the Atom, 1994. Before crossover fighters became the norm, there was a moment when the idea still felt fresh. Children of the Atom captures that moment perfectly. This is where comic book characters stop feeling like gimmicks and start feeling like they belong in a fighting game. Cyclops, Wolverine, Magneto, each one plays exactly how you'd expect, but with mechanical precision that elevates them beyond novelty. The pacing is quick, the action explosive, and the animation unmistakably sharp. Capcom understood how to make characters feel alive, and it shows in every movement. More importantly, this game sets the stage for what comes next. You can see the DNA of future titles forming beneath the surface. It doesn't just stand on its own, it points forward. Number 5. Virtua Fighter 2, 1994. This is where the genre takes a hard turn into something far less forgiving. Virtua Fighter 2 abandons the safety of 2D and steps fully into 3D, bringing a level of precision many players simply weren't ready for. This is a system-driven fighter. Every movement matters: positioning, timing, spacing. All of it feeds into an experience that rewards discipline and punishes carelessness. You either learn the system or you lose, repeatedly. And that is exactly why it stands out. Virtua Fighter 2 doesn't meet you halfway, it demands you rise to its level. For those who did, it offered something unmatched at the time. A fighting game that felt exact, deliberate, and quietly merciless. Number 4. Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, 1994. If Virtua Fighter is rigid, Darkstalkers is wonderfully unrestrained. This is Capcom at full creative stretch. A roster pulled from horror, folklore, and outright imagination, animated with a fluidity that still holds up. The characters don't just move, they transform. Limbs stretch, bodies twist, attacks unfold in ways that feel almost elastic. But it isn't just visual flair. The mechanics are sharp, responsive and layered. There is depth beneath the surface, rewarding players who explore its systems. Darkstalkers thrives on contrast, strange but controlled, over the top but precise. It is a reminder that style and substance are not opposing forces. Done properly, they reinforce each other. Number 3. Tekken 3, 1997. By 1997, most fighting games thought they had figured things out. Tekken 3 arrived and quietly proved they hadn't. This is where 3D fighting stops experimenting and starts delivering. Movement is smoother, faster, and more responsive. Combos connect naturally without feeling forced. The roster helps too. Distinct, varied, and genuinely memorable. Each character feels worth learning. But what really sets Tekken 3 apart is its balance. It welcomes newcomers without alienating veterans. You can pick it up and enjoy it, or spend months mastering it. A lot of games in this era aimed high. Tekken 3 actually got there. Number 2. Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes, 1998. Marvel vs. Capcom doesn't build slowly, it explodes into life. Teams clash, assists interrupt, and combos spiral into sequences that feel almost excessive, in the best way possible. What makes it work isn't just the crossover appeal, it's how naturally everything fits together. Marvel's heroes and Capcom's characters don't feel forced, they feel inevitable. Matches become unpredictable, momentum shifts instantly. One opening can lead to a relentless barrage that is difficult to escape. It is loud, fast, and unapologetically over the top. Arcade gaming at full volume. Number 1. Mortal Kombat, 1992. Controversial? Possibly. But for me, there was never really any other choice. Mortal Kombat didn't just arrive, it forced the entire industry to respond. Digitized characters gave it a realism that stood apart immediately. Combat felt heavier, more grounded. And then there were the fatalities. Moments designed to shock, to provoke. Controversy followed, debates, headlines, scrutiny. Mortal Kombat sat at the centre of it all. But remove the noise, and there is still a strong foundation underneath. Distinct characters, a clear identity, mechanics that, while simple on the surface, carried enough weight to keep players engaged. You can argue about balance, you can debate mechanics. But if you remove Mortal Kombat from the 90s, the decade loses its edge, its controversy, its identity. While other games on the list fought for greatness, Mortal Kombat changed the rules of the fight. The 90s were chaotic for fighting games, and that is exactly why they mattered. Different styles collided, developers took risks, some worked, some didn't, but the ones that did shaped everything that followed. From the absurdity of ClayFighter to the discipline of Virtua Fighter 2, from the polish of Tekken 3 to the sheer spectacle of Marvel vs. Capcom. This wasn't just the golden era, it was a battleground where the genre earned its identity.